Next stop, Crash of the Titans, shall we? Boom! So Cortex is back. Of course he is. And this time, he is teamed up with his niece, Nina Cortex. The villainous plan this time? Harness Mojo, a mysterious energy source, to mutate the local wildlife into giant hulking monsters called Titans. Because science? Vibes? World domination? Why not all three? They also kidnap Coco to help build a giant robot. But then Crash shows up and it's smackdown time. Each Titan has its own powers. Spike punches like a truck with anger issues. Scorporilla, giant gorilla with scorpion claws. Obviously, Sludge. Toxic blob with acid attacks. Snipe. Long-range sharpshooter Bird Thing. After beating down tons of Titans and jacking everything that roars, Crash finally faces off against Cortex and Nina in their giant robot fortress. With Coco rescued and the Mojo reclaimed, Crash saves the day by, what else? Blowing stuff up and riding off like a furry action hero. Cue the classic Crash ending, celebration, confusion, maybe a dance or two, and Cortex getting what's coming to him. Crash Mind Over Mutant. Welcome to the wild sequel to Crash of the Titans, where mad scientists are now tech bros, mutant monsters are your Uber rides, and Crash Bandicoot still doesn't say a single word, but somehow communicates more with a raised eyebrow than most of us do with a monologue. So Cortex, our beloved egg-headed evil genius, is back. But instead of sticking to his usual take over the world with lasers and goo plan, he's going full Silicon Valley startup mode. This time he teams up with the returning human pressure cooker, Dr. Embryo, to release a device called the NV, a flashy new piece of tech that's part smartphone, part VR headset, part evil brainwashing device. Because obviously, naturally people and mutants everywhere start drooling over it like it's the newest iPhone drop. The NV is basically TikTok, YouTube, mind control, and an overprotective smartwatch all rolled into one. And guess what? Cortex uses it to take over the minds of Coco, Crunch, and basically every living creature except for, you guessed it, Crash, who's immune because he's already operating on pure chaos and fruit energy. Crash now has to rescue his friends from NV-induced zombie mode, beat up mutants, and jack their bodies. Again. Punch Cortex and Brio in their smug Bluetooth-loving faces, and save the world from being turned into a brainwashed theme park. After tons of mutant bashing, titan jacking, and sarcastic one-liners from everyone except Crash, our silent hero finally makes it to the big bad bros, Cortex and Brio. There's a big showdown, obviously. Crash wins by spinning, smashing, and probably flailing, because it's his game and Cortex never learns anything from any of this. The NVs are destroyed, the mind control ends, Coco and Crunch are back to normal, and peace returns to the Wampa Islands. Until the next ridiculous plan. The Sane Trilogy is a remastered collection of the original Crash Bandicoot. Plotlines are beat for beat identical. And also Crash Team Racing. Nitro-Fueled is a revival of the original Crash Team Racing. Right after the events of Crash Bandicoot, Warped, the evil trio, Neo Cortex, N-Tropy, and Uka Uka are floating in space prison, stewing in their failure. But surprise, Uka Uka pulls off a dramatic scream-powered jailbreak, tearing open a rift in space-time in the process. Because of course he does. Cue Cortex and N-Tropy escaping, then immediately deciding to conquer the multiverse, because apparently one Earth just isn't enough. They build a rift generator to mess with time and space, and off they go to wreak havoc across multiple dimensions like it's a Saturday morning cartoon on speed. Crash is vibing in his tropical paradise when things suddenly get cosmic. The ancient quantum masks awaken, each with reality-bending powers and big personalities. So Crash and Coco team up to stop the multiversal meltdown and put the bad guys back in their timeout corner. Here's the new dream team of magical face accessories. Lani Loli can face objects in and out of existence, also seems very stressed. Akano gives you dark matter spin powers and major emo energy. Kupunawa slows down time and talks like your cool grandma who also bans the laws of physics. Ika Ika, gravity-flipping mask with a split personality, literally. Each mask adds a wild new twist to platforming, turning levels into straight-up puzzles where timing, physics, and chaos reign supreme. Crash and Coco chase Cortex and N, Tropy, through multiple dimensions. A futuristic city where robots and retro science clash, pirate-infested seas, dinosaur-ridden wastelands, Mad Max-esque deserts, even a neon music festival world. Eventually, they discover Tropy has betrayed Cortex, Shock, and is now joined by his own female counterpart from another dimension. They're planning to rewrite reality and eradicate every timeline that's not theirs. Super chill. Crash and friends save the multiverse, just barely, and Cortex ends up, yet again, stuck in a time loop. Ironically, teaching his younger self how not to be evil, which is going great, obviously. Flashback tapes show young Crash and Coco being trained in Cortex's lab pre-escape. Cute and low-key dark. Time to lace up your sneakers, charge your smartphone, and embrace the most high-octane Bandicoot mobile madness ever. So picture this. Neo Cortex is back again because of course he is, and he's cooked up a brand new evil plan. He's pulling in a bunch of old baddies from across the multiverse using a device called the multiverse synchronizer. Because messing with space and time worked out so well last time, right? Cortex sends his villainous variants and a whole army of mutated goons to invade all dimensions, especially Crash and Coco's home turf. Rude. Naturally, Crash jump into action to stop this interdimensional invasion one high-speed run at a time. This one's a runner, baby. Think Crash Bandicoot plus Subway Surfers, plus a little bit of Clash of Clans, but with more Aku Aku masks and less shame. Cortex unleashes evil multiversal versions of his classic henchmen. Coco whips up a plan to fight back by crafting serums and weapons. After each villain is defeated, they're booted back to their home dimension, usually with a comedic cutscene and some sassy commentary from Coco or Aku Aku. Cortex, being Cortex, refuses to learn anything and just keeps escalating until he's stopped. Again, muttering something about how this isn't over, as he's probably launched into space, or again. Let's not pretend it's The Last of Us, but there's a loose premise holding the madness together. Uka Uka. Yeah, Cortex's evil mask pal is stirring up dimensional chaos again, and instead of saving the multiverse by platforming or kart racing, the Bandicoot crew decides the fate of existence through friendly fruit-based combat. Cortex naturally sees this as a chance to dominate the leaderboards, and Crash is just vibing, probably not even 100% sure why he's there, but he's having a blast. It's weird, it's chaotic, it's Crash. And if you're down to brawl over fruit and flex your N, Brio Rage powers in a 4 versus 4 match, you're gonna have a good time.